You're listening to the weekly Parsha Podcast with Ari Goldwag, recorded with Hashem's never-ending assistance in Ramat Shemoneh Esrei, 5783, 2023. This week's Parsha is Parsha Savo, and in our Parsha, we have the blessings. If we listen to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, if Vayom Shemayim Tishma B'Kol Hashem Lekecha, this is the beginning of chapter 28. If you will listen to the voice of Hashem your God, Lishmor La'aseh His Kol Mitzvos, to keep and to do all of His commandments. If we do the will of Hashem, Hashem will place us top. We're going to be above everybody else. We're going to be winners. Now the pasuk says later on, pasuk Yud Aleph. Yud Aleph. Vayisircha Hashem l'toiva b'pri bitnecha b'pri v'hamtecha b'pri ad masecha. You'll have success. You will have success. It's going to be good for you. You're going to have kids. Your animals will have babies. Your earth will be successful. On the land, you will succeed. This is how you know the Jewish people are blessed and we're doing Hashem's will, is when we're in the land of Israel, the land that Hashem promised to our forefathers. Then the pasuk says, Yud, and this is the verse we're going to focus on. Yiftach Hashem Hashem will open up for you His treasure house, His good treasure house, as Hashemayim, the heavens, l'seis mitar artzecha b'itoi, to give the rain of your land in its time, l'vorech es kol ma'aseh yodecha, to bless all of the work of your hands. Ve'elvisa goyim rabim atah lo tilveh. You will lend money to other nations, but you will not need to borrow from anybody else. You will have absolute financial security. Where will it come from? It will come from Hashem. Hashem will make you on top, not on the bottom. If the guarantee of the Torah is, if we do what we're supposed to do, if we keep the Torah properly, everything's going to be good for us. Then the Torah goes on, and we're not going to get into it. I like to focus on the positive. What happens if we don't? But let's focus on what happens when we do. Yiftach Hashem l'chos oiser ha'toiv ma'hu yiftach. The Medrash points out, what is this language of yiftach? Yiftach means to open. Sounds like Hashem is opening up a door or something. He's opening it up, something that He needs to open that we can't access without Him. Amar Rabbi Yonasan shleisha maftechos b'yodeh shel HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Rabbi Yonasan says there are three openers. A maftech is a key. It opens a door. There are three keys, three openers that are in the hands of Hashem. He personally is in charge of them. No creations, not an angel, not a higher level angel of Elohim. These are they. The key of Tchias HaMesim. The key of bringing the dead to life. Mafter shel Akarus. The second is the key of those who are not able to have children. These are keys that Hashem has in His hands. Mafter shel Geshamim. And the third one is the key of rain. Now we're going to address something which, if we focus and notice what's going on in our davening, this question should come up for us. And the question is that in the second bracha, the second blessing of the Shemoneh Esrei, of the Amidah, we talk about the gvura of Hashem, the power of God. We talk about Tchias HaMesim, Mechayim Mesim Atarav Le'Yeshia. And we also talk about the rain. We talk about that Hashem is Mashiv Ruach Morid HaGoshem in the rainy season. And the question is why? What's the connection? What is the connection between rain and Hashem's gevura, His power to be Mechayim Mesim, that in the future we believe that God will bring the dead to life? So the Medrash points out that these are two of the three things that Hashem maintains power over Himself. Now it doesn't mean that He doesn't give that power to somebody else, right? We find in Tanakh, Elisha Hanavi, Eliyahu Hanavi were able to do Tchias HaMesim. We find in the Gemara, they were able to bring the dead to life. We find that Eliyahu held the power over the rain. But it's something, as my son pointed out, Moshe Dov, when I learned it with him, he said that it means that no person can have all three at the same time. But I would say, perhaps slightly differently, that the idea is that it's something that you have to get the key from Hashem, as it were. You have to be somebody who is a tzaddik, a righteous individual, in order to get this key. So, but what is the idea of these keys? So the Medrash brings psukim. How do you know that there is a key? How do you know that there is a door that has to be opened in order to get to the revival of the dead? Pasuk in Yechezkel, chapter 37, verse 13, it says that you shall know that I am Hashem your God, meaning it's only me. It is only Hashem that can open up the graves and bring the dead to life. So it uses the word pischi, to open. It's something that requires an opener. We find the pasuk says in regards to somebody who wasn't able to have children. I don't know if this is Sarah or Rachel, or maybe Leah. It says Hashem opened up her womb. So there's an opening that needs to happen. There's an opener. Hashem has the key. Hashem opens it up. Where do we find that rain is something that needs to be opened up? The pasuk says Hashem will open for you. Our pasuk in our parsha, his good treasure house, which is a reference to the rain. So what is the idea here? What is the idea of something that is closed and needs to be opened? What is the concept of the rain and the concept of Tchias HaMesim, the concept of bringing the dead to life? So let's keep reading, and hopefully the Medrash will give us another or a deeper understanding of it. Davar acher, Yiftach Hashem lecha. Rabbanan Amri Gedol Yiridas Geshem Sheishkula Ketchias HaMesim. The rabbis say that the rain, when it comes down, the bringing down of rain, Hashem is Mashiv Haruch Morid HaGeshem. Hashem brings down the rain. It's something that has equal value, or in some way it's on the same level. Maybe it's the same difficulty, or maybe it's the same revelation as Hashem bringing the dead to life. Minayin shenemar, how do we know? Because the pasuk says, V'yovek hageshem lanu k'malkosh yoyre oretz. It will come to us like rain. It will come down. The rain comes down. Right? There's a pasuk in Hosea chapter 6 verse 3. Maksiv yicheinu miyamayim. The psukim, in talking about the fact that Hashem will bring us back to life, that there will be a Tchias HaMesim in the future time, it also, in that context, speaks about the fact that Hashem brings down the rain. So this is l'chara, the makor, the root, the source for what we do. Lefichach kava'ua b'tchias hamesim shishkula kinegda. Says the Medrash explicitly. This is why we say in the bracha, the second bracha of Shemoneh Esrei, which speaks about tchias hamesim, the revival of the dead, we also talk about the fact that Hashem brings down the rain. Why? Because the rain and the concept of Tchias HaMesim have a parallel. They have a parallel. So what is the idea here? The Marzu I'd like to read to you, it says like this. Right, like we said, that the pasuk clearly is comparing the concept of Hashem bringing the rain to that which He's going to do in the future, which is to bring the dead to life. The explanation of this is that when it comes to the concept of rain, which we're used to it raining. We don't think of it as such a wonder. It's not so amazing, especially if you live in New York where it rains a lot. Right? Eretz Yisrael is different. It doesn't rain so much. So here it's more of a pella. It's more of a wonder when it rains. But it's still, it feels like a natural thing. But nevertheless, we need to know that as crazy as the idea of the dead coming to life is, that's how wondrous is the concept of Hashem bringing the rain. So we need to understand what this means. What does it mean? Okay, we could say on a Parsha level, simple level, that it means that all of the incredible ma'arachot, the systems that Hashem set up in the teva, in nature, to bring rain it's a complicated effort, kiviyachol, on Hashem's part to bring the rain. It's as complicated as bringing the dead to life. But let's see, there's going to be more. The Medrash is going to give us more than this. Elazar ben Yaakov explains to us a mystery. He explains something to us which, again, if we are saying Shemoneh Esrei and we have a little bit of his bainanus, a little contemplation about what we're saying, there's a question that could come up. There's a bracha, one of the blessings that speaks about parnasa, livelihood. We ask Hashem, make us rich. No, we don't say that. We say, Hashem, give us all the money we need. No, we don't say that. We say, Baruch Aleinu Hashem Elokeinu es Hashem hazayis. It's kol minei sevuos l'tov. We're saying talamata, or it's saying bracha al pnei ha'adama. We say, bless our year. How? Make sure we have enough grain. Bless the earth. I'm not a farmer. I don't know about you. Most of us are not farmers. Most of us get paid for doing other services for our peers, our fellows. So what are we talking about in Baruch Aleinu? And I want to mention again that the ideas that we're learning together today were clarified by myself and my son Moshe Dov. So some of the things that I'm saying, especially this, is actually my son's idea. The Medrash tells us that whenever it rains, listen, it's amazing. This is really so cool. Whenever it rains, when the rain comes down, when the earth gives forth its blessings, when the grain comes forth, in a parallel way, at the same moment, the business world, it does well. There's blessings that come into the business world. The pasuk says that Hashem is going to bring you rain in its time, and He's going to bless all of your works, all of that which you do. So it's an amazing thing, because what it's saying is an incredible idea that to the extent that we serve Hashem properly, Hashem is mesaviv sivuvim. He brings about, He pulls all of the natural systems. He aligns everything so that it rains, and He aligns everything so that we're successful in our businesses, and we have the money that we need. So even though we're praying for the earth, even though we're praying that the tevuah should come, that the rains should come, but the Medrash tells us that that's really the same thing. The pasuk is telling us that there is a parallel between rain, the rain coming, and our parnasa, our livelihood coming to us. Now listen to this. There was a story where one time they caught a fish in Akko. And it was before the main rain had fallen. They thought by looking at the fish that it was going to weigh 300 liters. But it turned out that it only weighed 200. Did I skip something here? Oh, I did. Rabbanan Ahmiyav Hadagim Isborchim. I missed the line. The fish even are blessed because of the rain. The fish who live in the water. So what do we care if there's more water? The fish grow bigger. And I don't think it means because of the rain, but it means in tandem. When the rains come, it brings, it's a symbol of the fact that Hashem is bringing blessings upon the entire world in many different aspects, in our business aspects, but also in the physical realm. The food that a person is supposed to eat, this fish, it gets bigger. It has more meat because of the blessings that Hashem is bringing into the world. This elderly person was a particular, maybe it was a tzaddik, or maybe it says he was an experienced fisherman. He knew from experience. He was an older person, and he said that it would be bigger if the rains had already fallen. And indeed, this is what happened. Once the rains fell, they caught a fish. Literally, they thought it was going to be 200 liters. And it turned out to be 300. So we see that even the fish are blessed. Okay, so we see that the parnas of a person, which, by the way, we also speak about in that second bracha, right? Machal kel chayim bechesed. Hashem sustains life with kindness. They go together. These ideas go together. That Hashem brings life to the dead. That Hashem gives rain. That Hashem sustains us and gives us our lives. Gives us parnasa, livelihood. Says the Medrash another thing. See how awesome is the concept of the rain. Rabbi Yehuda bar Yecheskel, when he would see the rain coming, he would see the rain falling, he would make a special blessing. He said, let the name of Hashem be greater and blessed. The one who created, he spoke, and the world came into existence. The incredible miracle, he wanted to recognize the fact that the rain is falling. The rain is coming down upon the earth. It's awesome. The one who created the world, who gave existence. Think about how in the future Hashem is going to give life and existence to all those who have died, which is the impossible thing, right? As far as we're concerned. Impossible that anyone should live again that's already died. But Hashem brought everything into existence, and He does this amazing thing. There's thousands and tens of thousands of angels, spiritual beings, that bring every single droplet of water down to earth. The rain has to fall from a very high height, and really, it's talking about certain spiritual concepts which have to do with the Shefa itself, which have to do with the actual divine influx that's represented by the rain. But it has to go on the physical level. Each droplet, how come they don't all combine and just rush down like a river? Right? But each and every single droplet doesn't get mixed up with the other droplets. So you see that there's individual attention to each droplet. Hashem is, in a certain sense, perhaps you could say is the Pshat of the Medrash, Hashem is making sure that each person receives his own special livelihood, the exact amount that he needs. Hashem is sending parnasa down to the world, but it's individualized. It comes down to each and every one of us exactly exactly how much we need. So we still haven't completed the answer of what does it mean? Why is the rain connected to the bringing the dead to life? So Medrash ends off like this. They're on the same level. Bringing the dead to life and bringing down the rain are on the same level. It says the word opening. Hashem will open the graves, bring the dead to life. Hashem opens the heavens and brings down the rain. B'zoiksiv yad, b'zoiksiv yad. In each of them it refers to the hand of Hashem. The hand of Hashem, which is His full open revelation. There's an open revelation of Hashem when it rains. Hashem sends us our parnasa. There's an open revelation of Hashem when Hashem brings the dead to life. That can't be more obvious than that. B'zoiksiv shira, b'zoiksiv shira. By each of these concepts, it says the word song. There's a song when the dead come back to life. It's just amazing. Everyone bursts out in song. And there's a song when it rains. Like we saw before, it says the opening. Hashem opens the graves. And by the rain it says Hashem will open for you. By bringing the dead to life, the pasuk says in Yechezkel that in his I believe it's in the context of the dry bones. The dry bones being brought to life. But he uses the word Yad Hashem, the hand of Hashem was upon him. In regards to Hashem giving us livelihood through the rain, it says Hashem opens His hand. Gives us our needs. The pasuk says in Isaiah that those who dwell in the rocks, they dwell in their graves, so they will sing. Pasuk says there's a concept of song. There's a concept of song. The idea of song is that when we appreciate the incredible kindness of Hashem, just like what we read about Rabbi Yehuda bar Yechezkel, his amazing statement, Yispoir, Yisgal, Yisbarach Shemoi. When he recognized how Hashem gives us each our individual needs, which is represented by the droplets of the rain, he had this incredible bracha, this blessing he wanted to say, expressing his haidah, his appreciation to Hashem. And that's the song. So what do we see here? What we see is an incredible thing. And this we can take with us every single day, 3 times a day, in our Shemoneh Esrei. The second bracha is talking about the recognition that we need to have for Hashem's rain, the droplets of rain. It's at the same level, says the Medrash. It's at the same level as Tchias HaMesim. Hashem is giving us life. Hashem is bringing us back to life. If we didn't have livelihood, if we didn't have the money we need for food, if we didn't have the grains growing in the fields, we wouldn't have any sustenance. We wouldn't be able to remain alive. Hashem is bringing us back to life each day. Hashem is giving us rain. And really Hashem is giving us sustenance. Hashem is providing us with livelihood and parnasa, each in our own individual, special, unique circumstances in life. Each one of us is getting what we need and being given and being given life. But it happens in tandem. It's an important point. It happens in tandem. When we see that rain, it should remind us Hashem is giving us what we need. Hashem is constantly providing for us what we need, and we need to pray for that, and we need to recognize that. We need to appreciate it. We need to appreciate the incredible hashgacha, the incredible divine providence that Hashem places on each and every one of us in our lives all the time, every day. And we say it and we recognize it in that second bracha of Shemoneh Esrei, when we speak about Hashem sustains us with kindness, just in the same way, as He's going to bring the dead to life, He's bringing us to life each and every day. I want to bless you. I ask you to bless me. Hashem should help us that we should be able to indeed recognize the incredible kindness that Hashem does for us all the time. He keeps us alive. He gives us sustenance. He brings down the rain. He brings down spiritual and physical sustenance. Thank you so much for listening. Have a wonderful Shabbos. This podcast was made possible through the gracious donations of listeners like you. For more podcasts like this, please visit www.arigoldwag.com or search on iTunes Ari Goldwag.